Hello, friends. Welcome to your gentle yoga practice for the spine. We begin today in child's pose, just gently resting the forehead on the mat, arms lying by the sides, finding length in the spine, taking our awareness there, breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. Feeling the expansion of the lower back as we lengthen throughout the entire spine. Taking a few deep, gentle breaths to come into the practice and into the body. Not forcing anything, relaxing your muscles. And on your next inhale, gently lift the head and the chest and come up to sit on the backs of the heels. Rooting down through the sit bones, reach the arms up high, and exhale, take the hands behind the head, elbows point to the sides. Inhale, take the elbows together, and exhale, gently tuck the chin into the chest. Using the weight of your hands to help you find a deeper stretch along the cervical spine. Still sitting up nice and tall, only tucking the chin, not the whole back. Just noticing how this tender posture feels. Still breathing nice and deep. One more breath. And on your next inhale, raise the head, keeping the hands behind, but take the elbows out to the sides, opening through the chest. And exhale, take the elbows to the left side for a gentle side body stretch, maybe gazing to the right. Not moving too far. Gentle movements in this practice today. Inhale, back up to center, and slowly exhale to open the other way. Taking your gaze wherever feels good. Just keeping our awareness on the back, but trying to release any tension in the shoulders, the hips, anywhere we find it. Coming back to center, releasing the hands to the knees to take a few slow neck rolls. Tilting the head to the right side. Then slowly take your gaze up and down. Moving very slowly. Being careful not to do any movements that hurt. Just gently opening up through the sides and back of the neck. Slowly rolling to the other side, head to the left, back around for one full circle. Then sitting up nice and tall to tilt the head to the left, gazing down and up, moving with your breath. Taking a few more rounds of these before finding another full circle with the neck. Or any other movements that your body is calling for here. Relieving tension in the cervical spine. The upper shoulders are depressed, creating as much space as we can between the ears. Once we've found our beautiful neck roll, we sit up, neutral spine, extending both arms out to shoulder height. Taking the right, crossing it to the left knee, and reaching the left back, finding a gentle twist. Taking your gaze with you as far as feels comfortable. Breathing nice and easy here. Taking your awareness to the small of the lower back. Deep breath. And exhale to release, switching sides, sweeping the right arm behind. Beautiful. Breathing nice and deep into the belly, lifting up through the crown of the head. 2 more rounds of deep breaths, full belly breaths. Before exhaling, turning to face the front of the mat, hands come in front of the knees to come onto all fours. Finding our positioning here, neutral spine, tabletop. Taking a few breaths here first as we reach the crown forward, finding length in the spine, visualizing the line from the sacrum to the crown. Then slowly starting to tilt just the pelvis, anterior and posterior tilts. Very small movements. Warming up through the lumbar spine. And slowly start making them a little bit deeper, incorporating the thoracic, middle back, a few rounds like that, and we start making our way into full expression of cat-cow, taking the upper back and the head with us as we move with our breath, warming up, lubricating the back, breathing nice and deep, moving at your own pace, finding what feels good to you here, what feels yummy. A few more rounds, nice and deep, as big as feels good. And whenever you're ready, we meet back in neutral spine. Grounding through the left hand, peel the right arm up, big inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, coming to lie on the right ear. We can use this other hand to press away from the mat, opening through the upper back. We also have an option to extend the arm up high or reach around, taking a bind. Whatever variation suits your practice today, that's where we stay. Breathing nice and deep, relaxing the shoulders and the hips. Just feeling this opening. Exhale to gently press back up, reaching that right arm up, circling it around, maybe opening up the shoulder with a few circles before meeting back in tabletop. Inhale, peeling up the left arm, and exhale, threading the needle. Taking whatever variation or combination we took on the other side to even out. Making this practice your own, and just noticing, observing what comes up for you today. One more big, deep breath, filling the lungs with air. And then on your next exhale, gently release wherever we are to press back up to tabletop. Reaching that left arm back up high to the sky to find a few circles before releasing all fours. Gently sliding the hands in front of you, melting the heart down, puppy pose. Keeping the hips stacked on top of the knees. Releasing tension in the shoulders to open up through the heart center and the upper back. Feeling supported and grounded by the earth and feeling the length in the back. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Keep releasing with every exhale what no longer serves you physically and mentally. And gently sliding the hands back, sitting back on the knees into child's pose. Arms are resting above the head, palms on the mat. Taking a mental check-in here, seeing how you're doing at this point in your practice. Then grounding through the palms of the hands, lifting up onto the knees and coming into cobra or upward facing dog. Just lifting the heart center, taking a slight back bend, opening through the throat. Exhale, come onto the knees, send the hips up, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet, waking up the backs of the legs. Sending the hips up and reaching the crown down towards the hands. Finding even more length in the spine. And maybe noticing how open we feel now, as opposed to only 10 minutes ago. Finding our static downward facing dog, and then inhale, raise the heels, gently roll to plank pose, bend the knees, and push back to downward facing dog. Doing that again, moving with your breath, rolling forward on the inhale, and exhale, bend to push back. Taking about 3 more of these to really warm up the spine. Noticing how this feels, and if this does not feel good, we can always rest in downward facing dog or child's pose. Remembering to listen to your own body. Gently making our way to the top of the mat, we dangle forward fold, bending the knees, grasping opposite elbows, and just releasing the blood to the head. Letting the head hang, maybe circling out a yes or a no, or an infinity sign, an infinite amount of love for movement and yoga. Taking whatever your body needs here to loosen up and wring out. Releasing the hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to the shins or the ankles, reaching through the crown. One more breath. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly bending the knees, roll up to mountain pose. Very, very slow, keeping the chin tucked until the very end. We lift up nice and tall. Inhale, reach the hands above the head. Maybe taking a slight back bend if that feels good. And we exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a moment to ground down in mountain pose, reaching down through the heels of the feet and up through the crown. Feeling this long line of energy radiating up and down the body. Taking a check-in and a few silent breaths to yourself. Deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. This is where I leave you today, and I thank you for joining me in this quick self-care yoga practice. I look forward to seeing you again on the mat very soon. Namaste, my friend.